Solid Gold Sunday.
Kiss FM.
In fact, this week it's the Solid Golden Sunday, as you are going to find out very shortly. But a question for Bonnie. You've been flying in and out. Every time I try and talk to you, I'm on the road to the airport, I'm in the departures, and I'm flying back from Germany. Where are you off to next?
Switzerland. I'm doing a show there with my band, and from Switzerland I come back to the Algarve. Yeah,
Really? So you're just doing one night?
I'm just doing one show in Switzerland. Yeah, it'll be great though. Hour and a half, and it's full out rock, you know, and I just love the live shows. But it's always nice to come back.
Well, talking live shows, there's a certain gentleman sat next to you saying, well, I'm desperately trying to take my foot off the gas now. I'm really going to take it easy, you know. And I plan to get rid of this and that, and I'm going to downsize and really start to take life easy. May you be forgiven.
Why?
Look what's happening. I've got your schedule here for the 75 at 75 tour. 11, where is it? I've lost it. No, 11 concerts from the 29th of September to the 18th of October.
Yeah, but I used to do 40. Whew. Then I fell over and decided I wouldn't do that anymore.
And then another rule you always had, you never ever used to work on your birthday.
No, it's very rare. I remember working on my birthday in 1958 when Move It went to number 2. I was in the De Montfort Hall, Leicester, when they told me it had gone to number 2, and I was in concert that night. But after that I tried to get the day off for my birthday, but this time, because it's my 75th birthday and I'm celebrating it with all the fans, I thought, well, let's just do it on my birthday, just one last time maybe.
Yeah, and as
He
I
looks
thought,
about 40, doesn't he?
this is why I let him sit next to you and not me. Always fine.
Yeah.
Last time we had a picture taken, they said, oh,
Amazing.
we recognise Cliff Richard. Is that his grandfather? Please.
Great grandmother.
No,
Don't make me laugh, it makes me cough.
yeah, I'm just a little bit younger, but it doesn't show.
No, I always said to Scylla, you know, don't worry about being 70, because I said, that's the new 35.
Yeah.
We are the new 35s. And she, of course, is the new 22.
Oh yes.
Oh, and going back to Scylla, the number of people have made the same comment as you did, Cliff. She always had fabulous pair of legs.
Yeah.
I know, she did, actually. And I remember one time she did a Royal Command show, and the three girls did a routine together, and she was out there with these legs flashing out. It was really fantastic. Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. I made a joke of it, though, because
I love that.
yeah, it was actually true when I picked her up in the truck. I had a
In
truck.
Barbados.
Yeah, and she said, how am I going to get out of this thing, Chuck? And I said, you just slide around and then slide down. And as she slid down, the skirt went up, and I thought, God, she has got great legs.
Yes, enough to put you off your stroke, doesn't it? Well, the 75 at 75 tour starts in Killarney in Ireland, and that's on the 26th of September.
Yes, and it's really a chance for us. We're rehearsing in Killarney, and there's a theatre there,
wonderful
part of
there.
the complex. So we thought, let's do a show for Killarney, and in a way it'll give us a chance to test everything. And then we leave. We've got, I think, 26, 27, 28th is free, 2 days off.
Then you go to
Then
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yep, and you're there on the 29th. Then you go to Sheffield on the 1st of October.
Yep,
Then it's Liverpool.
right.
Oh, that'd be a blast.
Yeah, Liverpool on the 3rd. Then you're in Manchester, the Bridgewater Hall on the 4th. You're in Glasgow on Tuesday the 6th. You're then in Newcastle City Hall on Wednesday the 7th. Nottingham Royal Concert Hall on Friday the 9th. And the list goes on and on and on. And then, of course, it's the biggie. Down you go to the Royal Albert Hall. Then you're there Monday the 12th, Tuesday, Wednesday, 12th, 13th, 14th. You will have a break on the Thursday. You're there on the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday is now an extra one.
Yes.
Because they're all sellouts.
Yeah.
It's
Kind of nice-
amazing,
it's
yeah.
a-
How
well-
can you do so many shows on the trot? I could
Well,
never.
I have never done 6 shows in 7 days. It's just that it's the last of this particular series of concerts, and when they asked me to do the extra one, I feel now maybe it's a mistake physically, but I think the fans, there were lots of them that said they couldn't get tickets in time, and so we thought, okay, let's do one extra one. And if I bust a gut,
that's
Bonnie, look,
great.
if I bust a gut, I got a year to get over it.
Yeah.
So,
I will come to that. I'm going to ask you what you're going to do after that, because I do know you've got plans of the mutual friend Gertrude Byrne for next year, have you not?
Say that again?
You're doing a Mediterranean cruise, are you not? Next summer.
Oh, yeah, that's the next time I'd sing. I think it's like in August or something.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Next time you sing next year in August.
The next, I have a whole gap then.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't have to do anything at all.
Lovely.
I mean, immediately after the tour, I think I'm going to go to hospital.
I hope not. Don't jinx yourself.
Well, at 75, Cliff, what I would recommend is a high-security twilight home for
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm looking into that. It's got to have a penthouse, though.
Now, I had a question here somewhere which for the life of me I can't find. Somebody asked me something and I can't remember what it was. So what I'm going to do...
That's going to make it very difficult to answer that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I shall find it in a minute. Oh, here's another one I'm being given. Yeah, hang on, where are we now? Cliff,
Yeah.
I can answer this one for you. Jasmine says, do you speak Portuguese?
Fala português muito mal.
Yeah. Enough to get is chicken piri piri.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, Bonnie's probably better than I am, but
No, I'm not.
I can speak a fabulous menu.
Yeah. You order by numbers.
I don't know. I can say frango piri piri festival.
Oh, there you go.
Jarro de vinho branco.
There
You know, it's just that's all you need.
Yeah, and you know how to say new life and things like that.
Oh yeah, Vida Nova.
Volker is asking, are they going to see you in Germany? Bonnie goes there a lot. What about you, Cliff?
Not this trip, I'm afraid. This one's going to be strictly for the British fans. But Germany's the place I've been to many, many times over the years. I like it there actually. It's a very efficient place. Nothing goes wrong. And I hope I'll be back. I mean, obviously, I'd like to think I would be. But as you said, I'm trying to sort of backpedal and pull away. So when I do go to work, it may be a little less regularly as I used to.
Yeah, but
I don't want to retire.
Yeah, be fair. When you actually go back to work, you go at it hammer and tongs, don't you? And
Yeah.
End up with a cough.
Yeah.
And can hardly string a sentence.
Well, I've got a cough now, and I haven't worked for months.
Air conditioning's bad for us, though, isn't it? And it's
Yeah,
really...
it is. And that's not great.
It is, yeah, it's hot and sweaty in here, I know. Here's a question for you, Bonnie, that comes from Ander Kuman, and it says, what is your favourite Cliff song and why?
Ooh, live in the hole.
Well, if you ask me, I'll tell you this too. That I
No,
always
or
like.
Devil Woman.
Well, that fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And We Don't Talk Anymore.
Yeah, well, that's the only one they remember for him. It states, oh, you're the guy that's saying We Don't Talk Anymore, isn't it?
Yes,
they
they
just
do.
remember that one, Cliff.
Well, they actually did. No, when you're having a haircut, you know how hairdressers talk.
Yeah.
And they're cutting your hair, and they said, "What do you do for a living?" And I think, shall I lie or shall I? And I said, "Well, I'm a singer." Oh, you make any money? I went, "Oh yeah, I've done all right. Anything I would know," and I'd sing. She's just a devil woman, and the guy goes, with evil on it. He said, "That's you?" And I'll go, "Yeah, that's me." So I have no identity there, but a couple of big hits.
It's wonderful when you go and visit New York, though, isn't it? You can go anywhere you want.
Oh, I walk New York. It's fantastic. I love it. It's only when the dollar goes two to the pound that all the Brits come over to spend it. I get stopped everywhere.
Look who's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how funny. He actually goes shopping. Yes, well, we do eat.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
We
Yeah.
have to go shopping, And well, I think if anybody asks me, there's so many good tracks both of you have done. The one I always like at Cliff's is Best of Me and Miss You Nights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've chosen ballads, yeah. Well, the best of me was one when it was my 50th record. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
We recorded 2 or 3 tracks, and that one I felt had the edge because it was all about, I'm saving the best of me is yet to come, so to speak.
Yeah.
So,
Miss You Night's beautiful.
oh, Miss You Nights was
Now
lovely. Song.
here's one for Bonnie that comes from Juan Jose, obviously a Spanish gentleman who's listening to us. Do you have a special merchandising website where he can buy something like a T-shirt, a Bonnie Tyler T-shirt?
Actually, it's taken me all this time to do something like that. And, there is going to be a website up soon for that, but it's not completed yet.
Yeah, and you've got some fabulous stuff all prepared, I noticed, on your website, Cliff. For
Have
the
I?
tour.
Well, actually, I'm like Bonnie. I don't really. I do emails on the iPad and things like that, but I don't really use computers and things like that. So and even my Facebook, I've got a friend of mine, Linda, who runs it for me. So all she requires of me is to do the occasional clip from on an iPhone or something and send
Yeah,
it to her, and I can
me
talk. I
too.
can talk to the fans
I
and
don't
say,
do Facebook.
yes, I'm not really into it, but I guess it would be the merchandisers are pretty good. They've been very supportive over the years, and I guess they'll be out in force when I'm on tour.
There are so many Facebook accounts in my name, but not one of them's mine.
Yep.
Now, we've been talking about the tour that comes off, and you're going to be extremely busy. And you will remember, last time you were here, you were in the process of releasing Volume 1 of the fabulous Rock and Roll Songbook.
Yeah.
That you were here in the August, and it didn't come out to the September, and you kindly gave us permission to play a couple of tracks from that one.
Yep.
Now, you've been busy in Nashville, and Volume 2 is on its way, is it not?
It is. I finished it, but Sony are going to release it next week. Obviously, I've got this album coming out to celebrate my 70. The album's called 75 at 75,
Yeah.
and so that's going to be the release this year. So the years fly by. It's not going to be very long before we get to release it. And I don't know whether they plan to release it earlier next year or wait till the end of next year. But it's all done and ready to go.
In Horsham in Sussex back in 1976, he walked into the shop and we loaned him a guitar to play on a record because he needed a specific type of guitar. I'm not a guitarist, I don't know.
No.
But we happen to have one.
Did you get it back?
Yes, we did.
Oh, good. That's an
Yes.
honest man.
Yes, yes. It didn't often.
Ding, ding, ding.
Dimples from the forthcoming. Yes, and he's singing along to you. Even remember the words, Cliff. Well,
I kind of wrote half of them.
Did
You know,
you?
funny, the old blues geezers, he'd sing, I got dimples in my jaw, you got dimples in your jaw, you got dimples in your jaw, eyes on you. And I thought, I can't keep singing the same lyrics, so all I did was add some words to it, I don't ask for any remuneration, of course.
No, of course you wouldn't. No.
I just enjoy singing
A
it.
lot of people would,
No,
not including myself.
no, of course not.
Yeah, well, let's hope all the people who wanted to hear, and have you got a pre-release copy? The answer is no, we haven't, because the 75 at 75 album will be out for the birthday tour in September, October. The Rock and Roll Songbook Volume 2 is out next year.
Yep,
Yeah?
that's right.
So there you go, Sandra Jenkins, all the people who asked about that. And we also have another little taster from it. Originally recorded, I do believe, by ELO, the Electric Light Orchestra. Roll over Beethoven?
No, by Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry originally, then ELO did a version.
Oh, did
Yes,
they? Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes,
That,
they
well,
did.
yeah. Well, I mean, Chuck Berry was is iconic classic rock and roll, black rock and roll singer with guitar, and I always loved his stuff. And I think there are 3 tracks of his on the next album.
Really?
What you got to do between now and the start of the tour, then, Cliff? You got to be staying here and chilling out.
Yeah, I'm staying here and chilling out, but I've started kind of some of these songs. For instance, I'm going to present at least 6 of the songs from this Volume 2 album, even though it's not available to next year. And although I know the songs, funnily enough, I still had all the lyrics in front of me when we recorded it. So now I've got to really get it under my skin. So I'm spending time just listening to it, getting the lyrics deep inside. Because sometimes, I don't know about you, Bonnie, if you try a new song, you've only got to look at someone and smile, and your brain has gone into smiling, and you can forget a lyric very easily.
Yeah.
So,
Brain dead.
but Portugal has been a great place for me to just learn songs and let it and immerse myself in
It's
it.
a great area. There's a lot of writers and authors, retreat to the Monchique Mountains because the peace and quiet. They sit there and write. Now, Bonnie, you said to me in private a short while ago, so I hope I'm not spilling the beans. If I am, you'll probably throw something. But you actually said you had no plans to do any fresh recordings. You were going to stick with the stuff you've got. Is that true?
Well, there's no plans to record another album, but I like you. I love recording, and especially like in Nashville, it's just such a great atmosphere down there, and the musicians are amazing. Although I have my own band, but when it comes to working in America, you got to have the what do you call it?
Is it the vibe?
green, green card or whatever.
Yeah.
So. But I have no plans for a new album, but I'm always working live.
Because the last one was Rocks and Honey, that
Yeah.
you recorded in Nashville, did
Yes,
you not?
yeah.
With all these different great guys behind it. A bit Cliff Soulicious. What a fabulous album that was. I
Yeah.
played that all the time.
That we recorded in Memphis. That
Yeah.
one. That was Memphis.
Was
But
it
that was a great opportunity for me to sing with all these soul singers.
Yeah.
And so I sang with Frida Payne and the Stylistics and the Temptations
Oh,
and
right,
Percy
yeah.
Sledge and
Yeah.
incredible.
Well, that was one of the last things that Percy Sledge did, wasn't it?
Yeah, God bless him.
Yeah.
He was he died of cancer again. It was very sad.
Oh,
Frida
Well-
Payne, what a great voice.
Yeah, she's and what a lovely lady too.
I know, I worked with her.
Did you work with her?
Yeah, I worked with her in London when there was one of these shows that David Guest put on, you know.
Yes.
And
you're talking about Frida. Frida Payne.
Frida.
Yeah, Frida.
Yeah, Band of Gold.
Oh yeah.
Now
that's
that you're gone,
Ah,
Yeah. All he left was this cheap ring. Yeah.
all that's left is a band of
Now,
gold.
here's a good link. Now, did she leave? Just say hi to all the people on the island of Madeira there.
Hey.
listening this
hello,
morning.
Madeira.
Hello,
And
beautiful
who
place.
else? Well, we've got a question here from Canada. This came in earlier because I know, Cliff, you've got a fabulous, fabulous memory when it suits you. They're asking, do you remember going back 2 years ago to June 2013? You were at a meet and greet at the Old Guys Rule T-shirt do or something, yeah? And
Where
this
i-
lady, Jan Eastow, she was with her British friends, Chrissy and Lisa, and they met you, and they actually got a T-shirt off you. They gave you a T-shirt. They want to know if you still got it, and did you wear it?
Not in Canada, surely.
No, it was in Hove in England. She's now in Canada.
Oh, Hove.
Yeah.
Hove, actually.
Yeah,
It was Hove, actually. Yes.
yeah. It's
Yes.
the posh part of
It's,
Brighton.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hove, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I did wear it. Yes.
You had
And I had
that,
it torn off my back
Yeah.
by another fan.
Very special show this morning. Our very special celebrity superstars are here. Bonnie Tyler and Sir Cliff Richard. So, guys, you're here relaxing for a little while. Did you say, Cliff, that you don't plan to do much until you go back and start the 75th birthday tour?
Yeah, I'm working on the lyrics at the moment, and I've got my keyboard player joining me on about the 8th of September, so we get 4 days here with a keyboard and a sound system, and I can get used to singing with a mic again. And then we'll join the band in Killarney and have about 10 days rehearsal there before doing the first Killarney show. So,
Enjoy a little bit of Irish hospitality. to
oh
be
yes,
sure.
absolutely.
Yeah. And Bonnie, where are you off to next?
Switzerland,
Yes, and when's that?
the,
meant to ask you
the
when you-
5th of September.
So you've still got a few days here. I forget
Yeah.
the time, you know, because the time flies.
It doesn't matter here, does it? I never know which day of the week it is,
No,
except I always know when it's Sunday because you're on.
And you know, people have to remind me. Of course, you've got to go to work tomorrow. They think you do nothing during the week.
I know.
And now you know. I just throw this show together.
Oh,
Of course.
it's a wonderful show. We listen to it all the time, honestly.
I know it's no accounting for
I
that.
listen to it all the time, not honestly.
So I can't put up with too much of him. But I'll tell you what. All I can say is, seeing as we're throwing compliments at each other, you know, I have to say it's been a bit of a challenge having you both here this morning. But I think we're surviving, frankly, against all odds. It comes from Helen and Rod. Is it true that Brian Ferry sang backing vocals on We Don't Talk Anymore?
No, I don't think it is. I mean, I'd love the idea. If he'd offered at the time, I'd have said yes. But when I worked with Alan Tarley in those days, he wrote the song. He tended to put all the backing vocals on himself. He knew what he wanted, and that's what he did. So he's the one singing behind there.
Okay, so if you listen very carefully, we can either prove or disprove this because you did this one way back in 1979, I think, wasn't
That's
it?
the release date, yeah.
Yeah, that was when it was released. I think you recorded it in 78.
I think so.
Yeah, there you go. See, I know. I know.
I know you know
And
these
at least-
things.
And at least we're still talking. Here's a question for both of you. Had you not made it to such superstardom in the music industry, what do you think you would have been doing for a living?
You go
Oh,
first.
no, after you ladies first.
Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking about it, Cliff. Come on.
Well, I've got a fascination with makeup, right? And I think I would have maybe gone to learn how to do special effects makeup and things like that, and maybe worked in television or film, you know, to do not just makeup like, you know, I got on, but to look like, well, how do you
Character
say it?
makeup.
Yes.
I've actually seen you chatting to my wife Val when we were together, right? And
Yeah.
you were exchanging points on makeups and colours and things. Oh, this would suit you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've got this one. It doesn't suit me. It suit you. You have this lipstick. Yeah. How about you, Cliff? What would you have been doing?
Well, do you know, I really don't know. I mean, I just thank God that the career did start, because I left school when I was 16 and a half. I didn't have a great education.
Me too.
But I did get interested because I had a lot of friends who were teachers, and I actually went to Trent Park Teachers Training College, and I went for an interview to see if they would accept me at one time. And they said, well, I said, I have no qualifications. And they said, well, the best qualification you have is you want to teach. He said, most of the people coming don't.
Yeah.
So I might have tried to be a teacher or something like that. But mind you,
Wow.
I don't know how clever I am. You have to be able to... I stopped learning the minute Elvis started. I gave up on education, really, when Elvis came into my life, and maybe I could still learn to do things, but I've got a feeling I couldn't now. So, that's what I throw out at the people. I say, I wanted to be a teacher. I may not have ever made it, though.
Yeah. Sitting, as you mentioned, Matt, my late eldest sister, sadly, both my sisters passed away in the same year, and my eldest sister was a career teacher. We didn't have an argument, we had a discussion when I actually said to her, well, yeah, I've got a couple of A-levels, a few O-levels, but I actually think schooling teaches you the art of learning. And she said, what do you mean? I said, I've actually learned more since I left school than at school, because in the end you start to study and learn about the things that interest you.
Yeah, that's right.
After I left school, right, with no qualifications, I thought, oh, why didn't I work harder in school? So I joined the tech in the night, and I started to learn shorthand typing.
Did you do the Pitmans?
Pitmans, yeah.
Pitmans.
I can still do it, dear sir. But I was hopeless on the typewriter. I had to keep looking at it, you know.
Well, but does that mean you're pretty good on the iPad?
I'm not bad on the iPad, actually.
Do you use both hands?
Oh, no, I'm
I
not.
still, yeah.
I couldn't type.
One finger type, miss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like on the computer, you see me here tapping away, but I actually use two fingers, you see, because being a drummer, I can use both hands. And being ambidextrous, I've got to tell you, comes in very handy when you live from hand to mouth.
Oh.
Oh, back to Cliff right now, because of course he's chilling out before he starts his 75th birthday tour. There's an album coming out called 75 at 75, which will be released just prior to the tour. We've already had snippets from the volume 2 of the fabulous rock and roll songbook that will not be out until next year. So Cliff, there is a very special song that you have released. Is it actually on the 75 at 75 album? I'm referring, of course, to Golden.
Yes, it is on there, and of course the first 75 is 75 tracks, and it's on I think 3 CDs.
Yeah.
They're all records that people will know because they've been released and been in the charts. But the one that has never been released on a record is Golden, which I sang actually originally to celebrate my 50th year in show business, and Chris Eaton wrote it for me as a thank you for the fans. The whole lyric is about saying that they are the ones that have been golden. They are the ones that have stood by me. And so it's got a great, very, very moving lyric, I feel. I love singing it. And I'm surprised because it's one of the most, well, it's a ballad, a sweeping ballad. It's got no drums on it. And I always think record companies, when they release singles, they like to have something that's going and but I'm very happy because I think it's a very apt song and it's a very beautiful song. And Chris Eaton has written me some wonderful things. Hopefully, if you're listening, Chris, you'll think of me again when you're writing.
Hopefully he is listening this morning. If you are, Chris, good afternoon to you from sunny Portugal. And of course, we've been a lot of firsts with you, Cliff, over the years. If I remember rightly, on your 50th anniversary, we had the special cake that you then took down to Puerto Banús, and you shared it with Gloria and with Arcilla.
That's right.
Did you not?
I did indeed, yeah.
And they are the golden years. And this solid golden show has certainly been golden. My sincere, heartfelt thanks to Sir Cliff Richard, Bonnie Tyler, two of my favouriteest, bestest showbiz friends for giving up their Sunday morning. On behalf of all the KISS listeners everywhere, thank you so much, guys, for coming in and joining us. Big round of applause for our special guests.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's so lovely to have you both
Thank you.
together with us this time, and hopefully we're going to do it again very soon. We wish you luck on your trip to Switzerland, Bonnie.
Thank
And
you.
for you, Cliff, for your 75th birthday, can we be the very first to say many, many happy returns.
Thank you.
Another all-time first for Kiss FM to say that too.
Thank you.
And after all that, we've just got to do a little bit of this.
Owen G's Solid Gold Sunday on Kiss FM.